Good morning, students. Yesterday we have discussed about a computer and its impact on the society. And in the today's class, let us discuss what do you mean by a cyber law? What is the need of a cyber law? Let us discuss what you mean by a cyber law. A cyber law is the law governing cyberspace. Cyber law is the law governing the cyberspace. What do you mean by a cyberspace? Cyberspace is a wide term and it includes computers, networks, software, data storage devices like hard disk and USB disk, etc. And it includes an internet, websites, emails, and all other things. Right? This is nothing but we call it as a cyber law. So, and the ATM phones, cell phones, all these will come under a cyberspace. So, let us discuss about this law. The law encompasses the rules of conduct. What do you mean by rules of the conduct? Right? The law encompasses the rules of the conduct that have been approved, that have been approved by the government. Right? The law encompasses the rules of the conduct that has been approved by the government. Second one is which are in force over a certain territory. And third one is which must be obeyed by all persons on that territory. Which must be obeyed by all persons on this society. That is, the law encompasses the rules of the conduct that has been approved by the government, which are in force over a certain territory, and third one is which must be obeyed by all persons on that territory. And the violation of these rules could lead to government action such as imprisonment or fine or an order to pay compensation. And this cyber law encompasses laws related to cyber crimes. The second one is electronic and digital signatures. The third one is intellectual property, and the fourth one is data protection and privacy. Right. So before that, we should know what you mean by a cyber crime. The cyber crimes are nothing but they are called the unlawful acts where the computer is either used as a tool or a target, or it can be both. The enormous growth in e-commerce and online share trading has led to an spurt in incidents of the cybercrime. Right? We will discuss about this in the next unit. Coming to an next one, the electronic signatures. These electronic or signatures are used to authenticate electronic records, and digital signatures are one type of electronic signature. Digital signatures satisfy the major legal requirements like signer authentication, signer authentication. Next one is message authentication, and the third one is message integrity. There are the three major legal requirements for a digital signatures. The technology and the efficiency of digital signatures makes them more trustworthy than handwritten signatures. And we will come across of these issues in an e-commerce whenever we are going to discuss about the legal issues. And the very important one is the intellectual property. Coming to an intellectual property, it refers to creations of the human mind. Example, it can be a story, or it can be a song, it can be some design, or it can be a painting, or it can be anything. The facets of the intellectual property that relate to cyberspace are covered by this cyber law. And these include, the first one is and coming to this, these include an copyright law. This copyright law in relation to the computer software, computer source code, websites, cell phones, and the other contents. And next one is we are going to discuss about a software and source code licenses. Software and source code licenses. The third one, very important in an intellectual property, is an trademark law. Trademark law, or we say it as a trade law. Trademark law with relation to domain names, meta tags, framing, linking, mirroring, etc. All these will come under the trademark law. Next, and we have come across then the intellectual property, we have a semiconductor law. Semiconductor law. In a semiconductor law, which relates to the protection of semiconductor integrated circuits, design and layouts. And last, very important, is a patent law. Next one is a patent law. The patent law in relation to the computer hardware and software. That is, whenever you talk about an intellectual property, we are going to include all these copyright law, the trademarks, semiconductor law, patent law, and these will get it in IPR and cyberspace when you discuss upon the Indian perspective. The last one is an data protection and privacy. So data protection and privacy laws aim to achieve a fair balance between a privacy rights of the individual and the interests of data controllers such as banks, hospitals, email service providers, etc. These laws seek to address the challenges to privacy caused by collecting, storing and transmitting data using new technologies. The next topic we are going to discuss is about an need for cyber law. Need for cyber law. See, whenever you talk about this need for a cyber law, there are various reasons why it is extremely difficult for conventional law to cope with cyberspace. See, some of these are, the first one is cyberspace is intangible. Cyberspace is intangible dimension that is impossible to govern and regulate using conventional law. The second one is cyberspace has complete disrespect for jurisdictional boundaries. It has a complete disrespect to what do you mean by complete disrespect for jurisdictional boundaries? A person in India could break into an bank's electronic wallet hosted on a computer in USA and transfer the millions of rupees to another bank in Switzerland. All these can be done within a few minutes. So all he would need is a laptop, computer and a cell phone. That's why we say that a cyberspace has a complete disrespect for jurisdictional boundaries. The next one is cyberspace handles gigantic traffic volumes every second. It handles gigantic traffic volumes every second. What do you mean by an gigantic traffic volumes every second? Billions of emails are crisscrossing the globe. Even as we read this, the millions of websites are being accessed every minute and billions of dollars are electronically transferred around the world by bankers every day. That's why we say that the cyberspace handles the gigantic traffic volumes every second. This one is the cyberspace is absolutely open to participation by all. Is open to participation by all. A 10-year-old person in America can have a live chat session with an 80-year-old person in India without any regard for the distance or anonymity between them. So that's why we say that a cyberspace is absolutely open to participation by all. Next one is cyberspace offers enormous potential for anonymity. Enormous potential for anonymity. What do you mean by this? So it provides an anonymous potential for anonymity to its members. Readily available encryption software and stenographic tools that hide information within the image and sound files ensure the confidentiality of information exchanged between the cyber citizens. That's why we call like as a cyberspace offers anonymous potential for anonymity to its members. The next one is cyberspace offers never seen before economic efficiency. Economic efficiency. Billions of dollars worth of software can be traded over the internet without the need of any government licenses, shipping and handling charges, and without paying any customs duty. That's why we say that cyberspace offers economic efficiency. And we say that the electronic information has been the main object of cybercrime. It is characterized by extremely mobility. Extremely mobility, which extends by the far the mobility of the persons, goods or other services. International computer networks can transfer huge amounts of data around the globe in a matter of seconds. And next very important point is a software source code worth crores of rupees or a movie can be pirated across the globe within hours of their release. Is that very important? Pirated across the globe. A software source code worth crores of rupees or a movie can be pirated across the globe within hours of their release. The last one very important is a theft or corporal information. What do you mean by a theft of corporal information? Theft of corporal information. See, information in the sense that it can be books, papers, CD-ROMs or floppy disks. So easily, right, these are going to be traditionally penal provisions, right, provisions. However, the problem begins when the electronic records are copied quickly and often telecommunication facilities. Here, the original information, so to say, remains in the possession of the owner, and yet information gets the stolen. So, which we call it as a theft of a corporal information. Thank you.